Okay guys, this is Anthony here, Super Duty Service. Got Bruce's truck here. I think it's 0506. I'll find out here in a minute. Let me get everything set up. It is, see how many miles we got on it. 104,000 mile truck. So let me get some screens set up here. Okay, it's 06. There's the last 8 of the VIN, 104,000 miles. It does have an air raid oiled air filter on it. Those oiled filters are tough on mass airflow sensors. That oil gets past there, gets on it, coats the mass airflow sensor, and just plays havoc. I'm a stock airbox junkie. I like stock airbox. This is a very nice truck. It's really freaking clean. Kind of a drag to have that airbox on. I mean, it sounds cool under the hood, you know, but they're a freaking waste. Let me get some other stuff set up here. Okay, looks like the only code is cooling fan, no signal, which we'll see if we got fan speed, ignition key, and a bunch of all these are just freaking codes. They all come up on a bunch of them. Let's keep looking. Okay, the concern was at certain times it wouldn't start. Other times it is no throttle response. Sounds like EGR valve, you know, stuck EGR valve, but EBP volts were about 14 pounds, 0.83. A little low, but it might be low pressure out today. It goes off to the pressure of the day, barometric pressure. Let's kick the key back off. I'm gonna do a cold start here. Kick it back on. Let's see if the FICM needs a FICM right there. Dropping 36, 35. Yeah. So how we are right now, all diag would stop. We got to put a FICM in it. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right now. Looks like I might let it warm up, and we got to put one in it. Throw that in it and then start diag again. It's not feasible to really do a bunch of diag when we got a bad FICM, because it'll just play havoc with all kinds of crap. So I can let it sit for a little bit and then fire it up. Let's go ahead and do it. It's 37 degrees is the coolant right there. Oil 39 degrees. Let's see how it drops when I try to crank it. You know, yeah, it seemed to be all right. Let's see what kind of power balance we got. But with the bad FICM in it, I don't know that we ought to freak out too much on what injectors are bad, because we got a bad FICM. Let's shut the computer compensation off. Number 8, number 6. There's 6. Look at number 2. Number 2. I mean, 2, 6, and 8. You know, that's all driver's side. 4 seems to be not too bad. So 2's bad. I mean, I would put a FICM in it and re-cold start. But these, let's go back and see what our numbers are showing. I thought it'd be an EGR issue, but it's FICM issue. FICM volts appear to be okay, but on the cold start, they're just horrible. Hang on, let it connect. Yeah, it's smoothed out, but we got number 2, number 6, and number 8. Here, let me hit it again. Look, it's taxing number 1 too. Number 1 is number 1's trying to pick up the slack for number 2, and it's just wearing it out. So, you know, the longer we let number 2 sit in that hole, the more chance we're going to have to do number 1 also. You know, it's only a 100,000 mile truck. You know, we probably ought to go ahead and when we do the FICM, go ahead and do a fuel pressure test. Make sure we've got blue spring in, and put the updated drain tube on the HFCM. Go ahead and drain it, possibly change filters. You know, just get a service done. Just do the service. I mean, I wouldn't freak out on the injectors just yet. I mean, there is a good freaking chance. Look at number 5, starting to show a little low. But, you know, picking up for number 6. Up high idle, cold idle just kicked on. I'm gonna kick that back off. I mean, look, I mean, I'm showing number 1, number 2. I mean, you can see, judge for your, you know, whichever ones we want to do. I mean, I'm just showing the ones that aren't perfect would be number 1, number 2, number 5, 6, and 8 are all not perfect, you know, but put the ficum in it, maybe get some more life out of these injectors before you go in, and maybe just do the entire freaking driver's side, do all the evens. And then run it a little more, you know, let number one get some more life out of number one, and then go in and change the whole passenger side, you know, after the fact. But I would start with a ficum and possibly just ride, you know, because ficum will cause all kinds of crap. I'm gonna let it warm up. Since it did fire up, let's warm this sucker up, and I'll check that EGR valve. I didn't even climb up on top to see if it's deleted or anything, but let me look at the intake air temp. Hang on a second, I'll be right back. There's just a little, not the PCM boost test, but if you look at the VGT, command the VGT all the way to 84 with RPMs at 1200. We want to see like 2.1, 2.2 is okay, so that's on the good range. We're almost at 3, so you know, it could be in, well, it's not, it's probably not deleted, so that'll allow for a little bit. If it's deleted, like 2.1, 2.2, but when what we've got going now, if I don't even know if it's stock, I need to get under there and look, but if it is a stock truck, then having the EGR cooler in place will actually intensify the boost. It'll give you more boost, but that boost is unburnable air. So, you know, is it more boost? I mean, it's more number, but you're not getting burnable air forced into the cylinder. You're getting unburnable air. So, you know, that's I imagine if this was deleted, we'd probably be in the, you know, 2.5, 2.6 range on the manifold pressure. But I don't know, we'll see if it's deleted. Otherwise, it's just a real healthy sealed up system. You know, it does have that air filter on it, give you a little more flow, but doesn't filter with the damn. Let's let it warm up a little bit more. Volts are pushing pretty good, 14.1, 14.2. So alternator charging system is all good. I got to get to 185 degrees so I'll run the EGR, you know, do the test on the EGR and see if it actually does what it's supposed to do. Be right back. Okay, we are out on the highway. I'm running it down the road. We do have no fan speed sensor, so we could have a chewed wire or bad fan clutch. But either way, generally, I mean, we'll check the wiring, but generally that is a fan clutch. Son of a guns are pretty freaking expensive too. We do not have fan speed. So, thermostat appears to be okay. I'm gonna run an oil cooler test real quick. I just about have it up to temperature enough to check it, so, but we do not have fan speed. And I mean, power obviously is down a little bit. We'll get it up to temperature and then we'll go from there. Okay, I'll drive until the oil temperature physically drops a degree. That lets us know that the oil cooler is at its point where it's cooling. Right now we're at 2 degrees difference. 15 is, you know, the Ford spec, but we don't know that we're up to temperature yet. The only way we know we're up to temperature is when that oil drops a degree. So I'm just gonna keep on rolling until we're at 188. Probably gonna, you know, normal truck would run up to around 192, 196, maybe even 200. Depending on the coolant, but we'll just keep driving until it drops a degree. Oh, hang on. Okay, I got the oil temperature to drop. It was at 195, got it down to 190. Coolant dropped way low. So right now we're in Odessa. We're gonna run right back to Grain Valley, take it nice and easy, and just let it do its thing. We'll see what temperatures we get. Be right back. Okay, I mean, I think our oil cooler is pretty spot on. The problem is we don't have fan speed, so the coolant temperature is bouncing all over the place. So, you know, but the oil cooler hasn't risen above 194, so, you know, with 190, 194 temperature difference, I mean, we got 4 degrees. You know, it's a 104,000 mile truck. I'm not sure if coolant has been done yet, but it's time. And I mean, if this was my truck, I would I don't know if an oil cooler has just been done. That's what would suck. I don't know if there's red coolant in it, if we got EC1 coolant. If it was my truck, I would throw caution to the wind, VC9 chemical flush, and switch this sucker over to EC1. You know, because and it might even have red coolant in it. I don't know. Haven't been basically doing a driving test real quick. I'll get under the hood when we get back to the shop. But that's what I would do. I would put the good coolant in it, get it done, and if for some reason, which I've had real good luck, you know, about 1 out of 10 need a oil cooler, but I've been having real good luck with the flush procedure we got to just flush it all out, VC9 it, get all the silicate off the cylinder wall, off the coolant passageways, and then go back in with the red EC1. And then if we have to in the future, then we go in and address everything else, you know, address the EGR, address the freaking oil cooler, address all that at the same time. But it's, you know, it makes a lot more sense to not do a VC9 flush, get red coolant in it, and then go right in for the oil cooler. It makes a lot more sense to do the VC9, get the right coolant in it, and then continue to drive the truck. That way, if there is any sediment, contaminants that are going to get caught up in the oil cooler, let's catch it in the old. Well, let's catch it in the old oil cooler, not the new one. Which, you know, I don't really foresee there being a real big issue, but you know, there is a chance if we VC9 it, we could lose this oil cooler. So, thought I would just mention that you know, we need a fan clutch. We need to figure out what the issue is with the fan clutch. I'll do that under the hood, and you know, we'll get back to the shop. I'm almost back there now, so I'll get back to the shop. We'll see if the EGR valve's functioning how it should, and run a boost test, check all the perimeters. I'll show you here in a minute. We'll be right back. Another thing to note is I would put a thermostat in it. I would go ahead and do it. If we VC9 flush it, I would absolutely throw a thermostat in it. I just yanked one out of a truck last night that fell apart in pieces. So, you know, a little bit of insurance is make sure that coolant fluctuation isn't because of a busted thermostat, like a literally broken thermostat. I've seen quite a few of them. You know, but thermostats, like, it's cheap, you know, so I thought I'd throw that out. Almost back to the shop now. All right, here we go. Let's see if the EGR system's doing what it's supposed to do. Good. All good. Here we go. Okay, this is where it's commanding the EGR valve. The EGR valve is one of the few sensors that monitors what it's doing. Not just tells it what to do, but it also monitors that it is doing what it's supposed to. It's getting pretty close right here. This is the range, the acceptable range of where it needs to go. This is what's commanded. This is what it's actually doing. It's pretty close right there, but I mean, it's warm. You know, all right, it's within spec. Looks like it sticks a little bit. I mean, that's not too bad. You know, it's opening a little bit late. Let's see if it does it again. Yeah, see that? Let's see. Right at the very end it pops up, but there it goes. Yeah, I mean, ideally we want a fairly smooth line there, but I don't see an issue with right now. You know, we'll have to do that FICM first, and then because we know that's bad. Cold starts with that FICM right there, it will absolutely do exactly what we're doing. So it did pass it. Let me fire this truck up. See if it fails anything. It's monitoring the exhaust back pressure, the EGR valve. We want all these in green. I'll just let you see it. This is a basic EGR system, the IDS test. I mean, everything's good so far. Just gonna rev it up now. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, it's all good. boost test here in a second too. I'll just show the whole test. It don't freaking matter. That way you see if anything fails, but it's all good. I mean, generally that first one is, let's go back in here and I'll just run a boost test real quick. Key off. Here we go. We want all these to be like within half a pound of each other, which they are. All good. All right, here we go. We want to see, like, I mean, from what I was seeing before, it's going to be pretty high. We want to see at least 2.1, 2.5, something like that. And it's the same thing. Here's what it's commanding it, the VGT, the turbo. There's exhaust, pressure, and then the MGP is actually, yeah, we're 3.1. So, boost is okay. It's 3.34. Yeah, that's all good. All right, so when you figure out this fan sensor, figure out what's wrong with the fan speed sensor, check the thermostat, possibly go ahead and put a thermostat in it. Now we've got those couple injectors, throw a FICM in it. And we can tune that FICM if you want. It's put an Atlas 40 in it. That'll be just fine. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. We got a little laundry list of stuff to start with, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, have a good day.